Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some Dungeons and Dragons Descent into Avernus, episode 48. Also, thanks for being here. And players, hey, everybody. Good to see y'all again, of course. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey. Going on, Dad?
Howdy.
Everyone having a good day so far? All good? No hiccups today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good today.
Why you say not yet?
I would say so.
What's up?
We'll see. It's still, it's only 7 o'clock.
Well, tonight
It's
should
only
be
7 o'clock.
tonight y'all actually have we're not finishing a fight, or we're not still exploring a dungeon of some sort. Tonight you guys are actually you got tasked again to go do something else somewhere else so you can gain something. It's like the third or fourth time this has happened to y'all, and I want one of y'all to tell us about it too. Who wants to tell the story of last session?
Oh,
It sounded like a volunteering.
I'll take a crack at it. I'll take a
Say,
crack.
you sounded so confident before we started.
No, I didn't.
I actually remember all this. Surprisingly, I do.
Like I'm more surprised that I even had a vague recollection, but not due to lack of interest, but due to age. Your boy about to be 40.
Hey.
So yeah, when last we left off, our intrepid adventurers were hanging out in the crypt of the Hell Riders because reasons. We were actually there looking for, was it Alanthius? I believe his name were.
That is correct.
And we actually started our journey in the middle of combat with a bunch of mummies who had attacked after Elgin, my character, and had tried to use his holy symbol to see if he got a reaction from a big ass pot that apparently was cooking mummies. Getting that pyramid mummy money. But we ended up defeating the mummies. We carried on exploring throughout the crypt. We discovered a large room that had what's the best way to, there was a word you used to describe them, but I'm just gonna say big ass rocks, big ass stone tablets in the room, which I believe there were like 4 or 5 of them, and they all had names of all of the various and sundry Hell Riders. And after spending, I would say, an exorbitant amount of time trying to unlock the secret of the room, it was eventually discovered. We found a secret side room that gave us some insight into Alanthius's goals, what he may or may not want. We got a lot of ideas about whether or not our encounter with him could go positively or negatively. We end up meeting him because he knew we were there. He comes to greet us, and what very easily could have become a fight that maybe only one of us would have survived, we were actually able to appeal to his better nature. While he would not betray Zariel, despite the fact he doesn't like Zariel, he did decide to not kill us, and even gave us some information to help us on our quest to hunt down the Sword of Zariel. And yeah. Oh, and we spent a lot of time searching for more rooms.
I don't want to talk. We don't need to talk about that part.
we did actually free the souls of the, like, because I think in a previous the session before the last session, we found a secret room that had a bunch of scrolls, and I guess it was like the names of people whose souls or whatever were bound to the area. We burned all that shit, so they're free now. We freed them. We did it.
We did optional quest.
Yes, we did. Actually, no, that was like, yeah, you do like a quest in a game, and there's like the bonus.
Yeah.
Like there's the optional objective. You can just do the objective, but if you want like that extra 50 XP, yeah, you can do the this is like the optional thing. We did the optional thing.
DM, did we get the bonus 50 XP? Did you account for that?
I actually have 2 questions, and one of them's regarding that. You guys burned those names. Did you do anything else regarding those names?
Destroy. Oh wait, is that for everyone?
Anyone can
Destroy
answer.
Except for the
pillars,
class.
man. Yeah.
I don't think we did anything else, did we?
We
Destroyed the
obliterated the
touchings.
steles.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh
there.
yeah, we destroyed the stones. Yes, there you go. That was the I forgot about that part. Yes, we did destroy what he said, the steles, the
We-
big ass rocks,
We
big ass
used the
stone
stones
tablets.
to destroy the stones.
And the second thing I wanted to ask was, did Alanthius ask you to free someone or something? Right? I don't know if I heard you say what or.
Oh,
who.
there's a giant. There's like a giant. I forget the name of the. It was a weird ass name.
Kumquat.
Kostichi.
Something.
Kochichi.
Yeah, I was close.
Cochise. Cochise. That's what I'm gonna call him. His name's gonna be Cochise. Yeah, we gotta go free Cochise and Kofefe. And yeah, that's what we're actually on our way to go do now. We're on our way to go do that as per his request. Because Cochise, if we let him free, it'll distract Zariel while we go do the other thing.
Okay, yeah, that is accurate. You got it all. That's inspiration, buddy. You have it for this one evening. Also, something I should have told you at the end of last session. That was a bit of a side thing you guys did. You didn't have to burn those names. You didn't have to break those steels. I look it up. They're called. I think it's actually pronounced steels. I had no idea.
Eels. Okay.
That
There's big ass
also
rocks to me.
grants an inspiration, a permanent one. You have it until you use it. So Elgin, you got 2 in the bank right now.
2?
Yep.
Yes. Oh.
So mark it on your
What about
sheets.
the guy who actually did the punching?
You participated with your team to assist in such endeavors. So you gained the same as everyone else, buddy. All that being said, I think it's time to jump into the game, right? So let's head on over. You guys are just exiting the crypt. I think you were walking out after having done all this, heading back to your car. Are you guys doing anything in addition to before you get in the car and start rolling, or let me know now? No? No?
Good to go.
No. I
don't think so.
No, I'm not gonna do anything extra.
All right, in that case, let's jump over to the Avernus map here. Put you guys back on the overworld. So, you guys leave the crypt and start heading to your vehicle. You pass by those huge pillars that are crisscrossing above the crypt entrance itself as you climb back up the stairs and out of the crypt. You see all the statues kneeling towards the crypt or towards these huge pillars that are crisscrossing above you. And you see your vehicle sitting outside, untouched, just hanging out. And you're making your way towards it. And now the floor is y'all's. What would you like to do?
Stab goes ahead and gets in the car. And he's like, "All right, which way to the Chi-Chis?"
I'll pull the map out and like point to it again and say, "Oh, how could we forget? It's quite literally on the opposite side of the world
Oh yeah, how
from
do
where
we
we currently are."
how did we fucking cross the river last time?
By accident, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
We found a bridge, and remember, we almost got run off of the bridge.
That's
is before we had
right.
this. So we're either going to need to find another bridge, or we are going to need to find a ferry across, which may require us to leave. I'll kind of pat on the seat. Our newfound vehicle behind. Because where we're going, we don't need cars.
Ooh.
I don't know what cars are.
All right, so
Motor horses.
I guess we're just gonna go along the bank, see if whatever we see first.
I suppose we drive until we find the river Styx, and maybe if we find a ferry or something abandoned. I do consider myself somewhat of a boatsman.
All right, let's go. Stab's gonna give the fist to Elgin like that. Let's fucking go. and just fucking peel out.
All right. Let's do it.
Elgin, what are you? Are you riding on one of your mounts? Right? You're not on a motorcycle.
I'm
are
gonna
you?
ride on my mount.
Okay. So you hop on your own horse, which looks like a nightmare again, and tag alongside. And Stab, you push on the acceleration and start rolling out as all of you leave the crypt of the Hell Riders.
The question, Jamie,
Yes.
is there enough space on the top of our vehicle for our motorcycle and a rock giant?
Oh, you still a rock giant, buddy?
Moment.
He
Can't help
refuses to
himself.
let that form go.
Can't help
The
himself.
second you drop that form is the second you need it.
Yeah, probably. You could. I mean, you could probably cling on up there.
This is why you don't want to see his home. It's just a hoarder. It's a mess. Doesn't know how to get rid of anything.
The entire reason I grew the forest to hide the piles of things.
Are you hanging on top, Doya, as an earth elemental?
I will hang on top as an earth elemental.
Okay. In that case, you cling on to the top. You can hold on pretty good. You got big old rocky, strong hands, so it's not that difficult. As you guys take off. So there'll be a bit of traveling here, and we're relying on a map that is unreliable right now. So Stab, roll 2d12s for me.
Does your rock golem form look like the rock golem from Neverending?
Bam! Oh wait, that's 2d12. I thought I rolled a 12.
What were you asking, Hayes?
I was just asking Robbie if his earth elemental form looked like the rock golem from Neverending Story.
Let me check. It's been a while since I've seen that film. Somewhat.
So you guys drive on for a few minutes. You're in high spirits and whatnot. You got this new quest to go on. You think you're real close to finding what you seek. A few minutes turns into a few hours. Long hours. Long, boring, empty landscape hours. It's eerily quiet. No flying beasts around, nor the war machines driving by. It's a very mundane drive so far. Unless anyone's telling me they want to do something within those few hours, I'm about to say how long is going to transpire.
Stab turns the
Memphis to
radio
Nashville.
on.
What's that?
He turns the radio on.
I'm afraid there is no radio in this vehicle.
Start beatboxing.
You know what your radio is?
What's
A
up?
bard we don't have in our party.
That's right. Where did we put him?
And no bard. That is unfortunate.
I can see if Renchi can sing us a tune.
Please do. I'd love to see that.
All right. Sure. All I'd have to do is ask. Renchi.
So you take your wrench out of your pack and you summon him, and he springs forth to life and looks at you and says, "Yeah, boss.
Hey, Renchi, how are you doing today?
I'm okay. Hanging out, doing what I'm supposed to do in your pouch."
All right. Renchi, how good of a singer are you? You know any songs?
No, I don't.
You fucking piece of shit, Jamie.
I know
Is he
songs
lying?
though.
Okay, Lulu.
Richie doesn't either. Richie he has a blank expression, but Lulu looks excited.
Let's hear a couple,
Um,
Lulu.
Lulu, please. And I'll put Renchi back and say, all right, back to bed.
Okay, see ya. And he hops back into your pouch and it stops moving. And you turn to Lulu and she says, "Really, I can? You guys don't mind?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I love to sing. Okay, Lulu and her friends traveling across the Avernus, going to the mall to see the giant." And she just starts singing and narrating,
Yay!
and she doesn't stop.
Stab honks to the beat.
Do we
honking
lose
as
our
she's singing.
inspiration that we just got?
You don't lose any. You still have your inspiration. You just have now a singing Hierophant in your car.
Stab thinks that encouragement is very a positive thing in raising this elephant dog thing. So he just, he wants to encourage it.
Sure, she's in good spirits.
I will I'll summon my mage hand, and I'll just kind of like almost do like a director hand as she's singing along with it.
You hear a couple of thunders to the beat from the top of the car.
Just some hard.
Astoya claps.
So everyone, yeah, wow, everyone is actually in really high spirits as you guys travel along for, I'll say about 4 hours go by, and you're still there's just not much in sight at all.
No point in meeting death with a frown.
You guys just keep on rolling. About 12 more hours of riding go by. Occasionally now you've seen the large cliffside or ravine falling down into who knows what during this drive, but you've been driving for a long time now. You're starting to feel a little tired.
I would have been at this point taking to like counting almost anything that was like potentially repetitive. So it's like if there were any of those murder chickens, I would be like counting those just to see how many we passed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it. I have no idea what I would do.
Is there anything in the distance to, like, if it gets too dangerous, that we could probably pull over and rest there? Like a little cave or cliff or something?
You'd be able to find a cliffside, maybe not an overhang immediately, unless you intentionally started just driving around looking for one. But that's up to you. You're in the driver's seat, Stab.
How long does your
go ahead.
golem form last?
It would have been about that 4 or 5 hours that that he first stopped. You would have gotten at some point a very surprised Doya being like, "Let me in."
Stab opens the door but doesn't stop the car.
The way you could swing on in the car. We'll say you got in nice and safe.
Thank you.
So you're
All
kind
right,
of.
How are we doing this fine day when he gets in?
I see no issues surrounding us. I'm ready to stop for a rest if you guys are.
I mean, I could probably sleep just right here. Stab's good, and he can go forever. He loves to drive, don't you?
I do love to drive, but I love to sleep even more. So let me get Elgin's attention. So Stab's gonna throw his head out the window and be like, "Hey, hey!" like that.
I will. I assume I'll be able to hear it, and I'll just kind of look in his direction.
Hey, you want to pull over? And just point to like the what you said would look like a kind of safe area, Jamie, the safest.
You talk cliff sides, like 40, 50-foot cliffs, and you're
like,
at the base
like
of them.
at the base of the cliff where it's like hard to be ambushed.
Okay, I'll just follow his lead. If I see him turn, I'll turn.
All right, Stab heads for that place, Jamie, that you said.
Okay, so you turn your vehicle off the straight path you've been going this entire time. These long, long hours of just driving. And you head to that cliffside and bring the vehicle to a slow and then a stop.
Stab gets out the car and stretches his legs.
I'll follow him out of the car. The
All
motor
right, hold on a
horse.
second, guys. Let me see if it's safe. Stab's gonna do like some crazy ninja shit, really stealthily, Jamie. And if anything's nearby, he's just gonna know.
Yeah, we'll cross that when we get there. Huh? Roll a stealth check first, and let's see what
All right.
let's see how sneaky you're sneaking around in this area.
See if there's any shit nearby. What do I do for 32, Jamie?
Well, you feel really, really sneaky. I could promise you that. How far away are you going away from the vehicle, and where exactly are you trying to look? So you're on like a long cliffside right now. It goes on for quite a ways that you pulled up beside. And then in front of you, plains with a few maybe jagged hills in the distance.
So anywhere where I think would be an ambush. How like close or easy does it look like for something to climb down from the ledge? And how tall is it?
It's about, I'll say the one you're under is, I think, what did I say earlier? Did I say 60 feet? 50 feet? I think 60 feet. It should be about 60 feet tall, and it looks like, it is fairly rocky and like rough. It looks scalable, so something could climb down.
Just one, maybe something in not very far. I'm just gonna scope out to see if there's any signs of anything, or if there's any like footprints or something.
Just checking the area just to make sure it's okay, and you pull over on someone's doorstep. I gotcha. So you go to start. All of you see Stab start walking away from the car. It looks like he's starting to scout around and make sure everything's cool. What's everybody else doing?
If I saw Stab kind of sneaking up and climbing to get a look of things, I'll kind of keep an eye on him, and also just kind of keep an eye on my surroundings.
All right. Everyone else?
So I'm going to start in on a ration. It's been a long drive.
Okay. So, and yeah, what are you doing,
I'll
Elgin?
probably just be chilling.
All right, just kind of like leaning on the car, chilling, or eating some food,
Yeah,
chilling.
pretty much. Yeah, but I'm just gonna be kind of just hanging back. The ride was hard.
It's been quite a long ride, actually. And you guys are starting to wind down a little bit. As Hayes, you're keeping an eye on Stab, Doya, and Elgin. You're kind of getting a little comfy where you're at. Stab, you scout the perimeter, and it looks like it'd be really difficult for anything to ambush you where you're at. There's open area all around you, minus that cliff face. And there don't seem to be any holes or recesses or caverns nearby your vehicle either, after you inspect the wall of the cliff. So it seems, I don't want to use the word safe, but it seems unlikely you'll be ambushed.
Was there any signs of wildlife nearby too?
The ground looks cracked, dry, in every direction you look. You haven't seen so much as an abyssal chicken in this area.
Okay. Stab does some rolls, and then he does like some cool worm things. You know what I'm talking about? Like
No.
you do in the dance
I
floor?
have no idea what you're talking about, actually. Are you talking about
doing
like...
Stab
the
does
dance moves, the worm?
Yeah, he does the dance move, the worm. And then he does another somersault towards Hayes, and then he gives him the thumbs up.
I think the coast is clear. How high up is he?
I don't think he scaled the wall. I think he just kind of scouted around
I'm
the base.
like,
Oh, okay. I
probably
thought
like
he was
5
climbing
feet in
up.
front of you.
Oh, all right. Then I'm just gonna kind of look down towards him when he does the worm, and then watch him get back up, and then do like a somersault. And I'm just kind of tracking him. Are you sure you needed to rest?
Pretty fucking cool, huh?
Yeah,
Throws out anyone. If anyone was trying to chase me, they wouldn't be able to fucking catch me. Too slippery.
What sort of sorcery is this?
Go on, try to grab me. Try to grab me. Stab just starts doing the worm.
I while he's doing the worm, I just reach down while his stomach is on the ground, and I try to just
Nope.
slap him on the back.
Nope. Stab like flounders out of there. Can't be caught.
I'm gonna make an
Yeah, he
unarmed
gets
attack
to
roll.
go ahead, Hayes. Let's see if you grab him.
I know I'm probably not going to, but
He misses.
Yeah,
What do I do here, Jimmy?
you
I'd like to use my inspiration.
you do
Oh,
exactly.
is that for my AC?
Yeah, it's versus your AC, so you warm out of the way.
Oh yeah. I could teach you if you want.
It's you quite quick. I'm surprised. And I kind of look at my hands to make sure I'm not a ghost. Like, how did I miss him?
Sneaky. All right. Stab also gets out his rations. It's the one he made at the bathhouse. It's the chicken cheese things.
All right. You take out your rations and start munching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I'll do
very-
the same.
Very fatty. It tastes a little gross, but it is edible. But The rest of you,
That
if you're
is
just
good.
eating rations, is you are reminded that since you are not at the Infernal Rapture, the food you are eating tastes terrible. Like
I miss the
charcoal
Rapture.
and ash.
Ew.
I'm gonna
This
eat
ain't
just
so bad.
enough to not feel hungry anymore. And
I'm
then
gonna
I'll
do
put it
the
away.
same. I'm gonna create my own food and water, and I know it's not gonna taste good, but I'm gonna eat it.
All right. Yeah, you and same results. No matter what food you create, it's just the taste is just ugh. And the water is and the water's not bad actually. The water's not bad. But yeah, you nourish yourselves.
I'll sit down. I'll find like a as good as any, I guess, place to sit down. And I'm gonna pull out this infernal puzzle box that I've had since like the beginning of everything.
Mhm.
I think somebody opened it at the very beginning. I'm gonna like close it, like basically trying to unsolve the Rubik's Cube and then try to figure out how to solve it again.
All right, yeah, you can close it back up easily, but as far as trying to open it, it looks quite difficult. You did see how it was done a long, long time ago, though.
Yeah, I'm not putting too much energy into it. I'm just like kind of fiddling with it, like just to not be completely bored.
I got you. So you just kind of you try to solve it with your own methods. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. What's your guys' goal right now? You were just resting. Is this a long rest we're doing? Is this just a quick break? Are we sleeping at all?
Ask Stab. He was the one. He needed a rest. It sounds like.
I thought Doya needed a rest, so I figured I'd pull over for him. Doya, don't make me a fucking dweeb.
We've been on the road, what,
A long
12,
time.
17 hours? It feels like a day. I don't know how you guys are holding up, but oh man,
I mean,
like
I'm
me
fully
doesn't
healed,
quite.
but I'm low on spells.
You're all
Yeah.
definitely
Go for a long rest.
sleepy. I can tell you that.
You should go for a long rest.
Well,
Here.
I don't
Stab
mind
is,
keeping the first watch.
Stab wants to. I don't know if he can, but I want to make furniture with my mold earth ability, Jamie. I want to make one huge couch for 4 grown men.
I'm afraid mold earth is not powerful enough to do that.
4 couches? Or
No, I'm afraid even one couch would be out of its power.
oh. Hmm.
It's fine. I see him like trying to finagle the earth into this.
Stab
and
is
kind of
just-
keeps falling apart. And I'll say,
Yeah.
I've got a sleeping bag. I can use that.
Yeah, this would have been so much more baller though, but
It
whatever.
it really would have, but since it's not, I'll use the sleeping bag.
Okay. All right. I call second watch then, okay?
Fair enough.
Alrighty.
How long do you need to sleep? Are you an 8-hour type of person?
Yeah, 8 hours is good for me.
All right. And I will. Are the rest of y'all like conking out too?
Yes. I am going to rest.
I'm going to start with a short rest, so that way you can get some sleep in a little bit. But I'll be awake during the short rest portion.
Okay. Then as they are like kind of settling in and getting comfortable, I would like to kind of survey the area a little more, take a little bit more detail in, I guess. Is there like an outcropping or like a little hill that is kind of hiding us from people seeing us in the distance? Like,
Not really. There are some small hills in the distance that Perhaps if you engaged a spell sniper of some sort, it might be a problem, but everything is in the distance so much, it'd be almost impossible not to see something coming from where you are right now.
Okay, and it's like that in every direction?
Except one. Right where you're parked, there's a huge cliffside that you're at the base of that goes on for a good distance to the left and right of the vehicle.
And so, like, looking at this cliffside, it's a climb up or a drop down?
It is a just flat, almost sheer cliffside, like rough. It looks like it's a. Maybe I don't understand your question. You're at the bottom of it, looking
the cliff.
up.
Okay, that's yeah. So I was asking, yeah, if it's is it a ravine or a
Oh, I gotcha.
climb? Okay, then, and so that just goes on for miles in either direction?
Goes on for a good ways, yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to kind of go over to our vehicle since it's kind of bigger. And I'm going to kind of use my a mixture of just kind of climbing, but also my my magic. What's it called? Hold on one second. Tempestuous magic, kind of to guide the wind and help me climb up to the top of the towards the top of the vehicle. And from there, I just want to get to a decent survey point where I can see out for a ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll pull out my map, and I'd just like to take a look at it and see if I can see anything in any direction that could be potentially used as some sort of landmark, even if it's this damn cliffside behind me. And I will pull out my navigator's tool. I'll pull out my my telescope and kind of look off into the distance as well.
Okay, so using the map and trying to figure out exactly where you are right now, First, make a survival check. I got 2 checks for you.
Ooh.
Okay?
Okay.
Now make a wisdom savings throw.
Jesus. Okay.
All right. So you look at this map and look around at where you are now, trying to find anywhere that references on this map according to your current location, any landmarks, anything jutting out weird, and you can't make heads or tails of where you are according to this map. You also, as you kept looking back and forth between where you are and the map itself, trying to identify maybe your location, you felt just a slight pain in your mind, just like it was slowly building, but you squint your eyes and kind of rub your head a bit, and it vanished shortly after.
Maybe I need sleep more than I thought I did. All right, and that's it. I'll just keep watch.
Okay. So, Doya, you said you're going to do a short rest at first. Can you elaborate? What's your plan there? Are you going to long rest?
I have the elven trance stuff, so I'll only need 4 hours later on. I'm kind of just making sure nothing jumps us right after we set camp.
Okay. So, I believe one of you is getting out your bed, and the rest of you are you ate. I don't know exactly how you're going to long rest, just kind of sitting against the car or whatnot, or whatever. We don't have to go into detail about that. I know you guys all have bedrolls, right? Does anyone not have
yeah.
one?
I think
do
all
not.
my stuff is in the bag of holding.
Yeah, I've got 2 bedrolls in the bag of holding.
Okay, in that case, yeah, you'll be able to rest fine. Hours pass, Doya. Hayes already did his watch and he's winded down. I assume you go into your trance as well for your 4-hour trance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys don't have to worry about any ambushes. Nothing is coming at you at this clearing you're at right now. And you do gain the benefits of a long rest, but I do need a Constitution savings throw from all of you.
Ooh. 17 for me.
Do you not have do savings throws count for your aura, Elgin?
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
So everyone should
like,
have a +5, right?
Yeah, everybody has a +5, so
Well, maybe depending on how far away you are from the car, if I'm like kind of on the top of it.
We
I'm
slept
not
with
far
him in the
from it.
middle.
I'm by the car.
Yeah, I assume Elgin was he's setting up camp right next to the car. And as long as you guys were near the vehicle when you're sleeping, everyone is fine. You get your long rest, and there are no negative repercussions for now.
Yay.
Also,
Oh, for now.
your car no longer has a low hum to it. Looks like it has stopped running at the moment.
Out of gas.
Oh shit! Stab would have turned off the car.
Well, you can't until it runs out.
Okay.
Soul coin stuff.
All right.
You also had sick dance moves to do.
Worth it though. Couldn't catch
It
my
was.
ass.
It was absolutely.
Was the long rest
I'm-
over? Are we getting up?
Well, okay.
Oh, go for it. My bad, dude.
The sorcerer needs to sleep as well.
Oh, I got this one. All right. All right, you go on to sleep. Stab's gonna pat his little head and just jump on top of the car and not. Huh?
No, I was saying all of you have gotten your long rest. Like there was nothing throughout the last 8 hours,
okay.
or like I'll say even 9 hours because you had a watch system going on that came at you. So all of you are good.
All right, so we all helped each other out. Yay!
Yay! All right, I'm good.
All right.
So much. So much better. All right.
Alrighty. Back in the car we go, guys. Let's go. Let's roll. Stab's gonna go ahead and get into the car. Alright, Doya, soul coin. Soul coin. Soul coin.
I'm gonna toss him a soul coin.
No, I don't want to touch it. You do it. You do it.
Fine. And I will insert a soul coin
Yay.
into the engine for him.
The car comes
you,
back
sir.
to life.
Alright. Is everyone in the car?
I get my sleeping bag kind of rolled up, my bedroll rolled up, and I'll hop in the car in my little normal seat.
Stab looks out the car door towards Elgin. And he
I'm
gives...
getting on my horse.
Oh, go ahead.
Is he getting on that horse? Is that nightmares? They don't come equipped out of the box with a saddle, do they? Are you riding that thing bareback?
I was under the impression that when I summoned my horse that they already have shit for me to ride on.
That one.
So here, be another story altogether.
There is something for you to sit on when you summon your horse.
Okay. All right. Disregard then.
He'd be making a lot of checks otherwise.
Make a groin check.
Like, my sack.
You just rode 12 hours straight bareback.
That'll
Hey,
sore.
got to, man, dude. Gotta get some cushion for your booty.
Right,
Is there
you
any
guys
way
are-
we can
Go
rig
ahead.
the door on this thing to stay open so we can look at it?
Got an arm, don't you?
Well, yeah, but I don't want to hold it open the entire time.
You could probably wedge something in there to keep it open.
I want to be able to see stuff, sir.
Yeah, you
Oh,
got. Do you have any
the door
tools on you that you could use? You got like a crowbar or something?
I think
Yeah,
somebody
that
had a
too is
wrench.
You want to shove the wrench in between the hinge of the door?
Oh, no. Maybe, like, just get it so that it doesn't shut all the way or something.
Okay, well, try. Tell me what you're going to do about it.
Does the door open suicide style or like a car door nowadays would?
Nowadays, opens outward.
Well, outward to the front, outward to the back.
Outward toward the front.
Okay. Then we probably have some rope on us or something we can use to tie it towards the front.
I look at Doya like fiddling around with the door. Doya, what are we doing? Can I help?
Tired of staring at these walls while we ride. Want to be able to see out.
You
Are
just
you-
ride on the roof again.
Yep.
We
We
only
can
do
tie
that
you
for
to
a
the
couple
roof
hours.
with the rope. That would probably be more efficient than trying to
Yeah.
rig this door. What if somebody rolls up on us and we can't close the door?
Since it swings to the front, we just cut the rope and it'll slam shut.
You just waste rope.
You gonna buy me a new rope?
Next magical demon menagerie of shops we come across, I will buy you an extra rope.
Fine, but you've got to tie it.
I would like to tie a rope so that the door will stay open unless it's fiddled with.
Hey, just hurry it up. Hurry it up.
Sure.
Hurry it up.
You take your rope and you go to tying the door in a manner to where it's not going to fling back closed while driving, at least to the best of your abilities. Yeah, you know what? Let's see how well you do it. Do a sleight of hand check.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's gonna take about 15 minutes to do this to where it's tight and good enough, since you rolled fairly low there. So
Man's got arthritis.
during that time, you guys can see ahead. Looks like it looks like clouds almost above, but they're a deep orange, just slowly floating in the horizon in the sky. Which you guys have seen various, clouds here and there, but these look fairly thick and a little glowy. That's all you see right now.
Is
You
it in
think
front of
those
us or
are-
behind us?
You think those are going to be a problem?
They're above in the direction you were going before.
They
Yeah.
look natural.
They look natural?
No, do they?
Oh.
Maybe. Maybe they're magic clouds. Maybe they're natural clouds. You are in Avernus.
Hey, do I hurry up with the fucking rope?
All right.
The clouds
We'll
are
see
fucking
this.
evil.
Since you've pointed them out to us, can we ask if they look more like smoke or actual cloud?
They definitely look like actual clouds.
Stab starts like pressing the accelerator very slowly. Just very slowly. Not enough for him to
Fine.
like not be able to do this shit.
I'll go ahead and hop into the car, feeling like I probably should have done like an extra 2 knots or something to keep it where it's set, but
I'll
good enough.
actually, when you get back in, I'll look at you and like dead in the eyes and say, you should have tied at least 2 more knots to hold that in place.
All right, we're good. We're finally in. So
You would
Stab
not last a day on the Dreamer's Wake.
Stab puts both fists outside the car this time, signal to Elgin that we're leaving, and then just take off.
All right. So, Stab, you press on the accelerator and take off, and Elgin, you get your horse in motion and follow behind. So, you guys continue on the trek you were on before, seeing those thick, glowing clouds, deep orange glowing clouds above you, just slowly floating over. And since you have the door open, you can kind of peek your head out and look at them occasionally too now. I'll go ahead and say, especially you, Elgin, you can see it clear as day. It occasionally looks like you see little swirls of fire appearing in a few of these clouds. It looks very demonic, honestly, but nothing else is happening with them for now.
I think that's
Demon rain.
going to be a problem. Well,
You guys-
I don't think there's anything we can do about it.
And you guys continue on, right? Still pressing on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So about, let's say you guys hit you've hit the road and you've been on the road for about 20 minutes and you start seeing those swirling flames in the sky. After about another 30 minutes of driving, Elgin, you're the first one to see it since, again, you're kind of out in the open. One of those flame swirls becomes a bit more whole, and all at once, a massive pillar of flame just falls and strikes the ground. It looks like a very thin tornado of fire in one spot, like a firestorm. And it starts drifting in you guys' direction, but you're kind of still driving along much faster than it. Hayes and Doya and Stab, you all see this strike the ground the moment it hits. What do you do?
Fucking floor it.
Okay. So you're pushing the car as fast as it can go to get through this crap, and that's actually pretty good, because more and more of these fire pillars just start striking the ground in random locations around you as you guys are caught in a firestorm. What is the speed of the vehicle you're in, Stab? Do you know? I can look.
Probably like Mach 7?
Is it Mach 7? Oh my. No, you are an advanced tormentor right now. That would be 100 feet per round. What's the speed of your mount, Elgin?
It's normal form or the form that it is in now?
It would have the stats of its normal form.
Okay, then yeah, that's another. Here, let's see. Horse. Its speed. Well, its speed is 60, just base. It doesn't have a whatever beyond.
Okay.
As far as I can tell.
But you can have it do the dash action every round. That'll make it 120, right?
Yeah. It can be double movements. Yeah.
Okay. You see Stab flooring it, and the car starting to go way faster than before, as he too is going to use the dash action for the vehicle and start trying to get through this firestorm. What do you do?
Since I'm seeing him do this, and I've seen the firestorm, I would imagine too. So yeah, I would do the same. I would just kick it into high gear.
Okay, so you start pushing your horse to get through this as well, which is good because these things, while you are faster than them while dashing, it's not by much. But since you guys are all on vehicles and mounts, you're able to navigate through the storm quickly and effectively. If you were on foot, this would have been an entire different story. As for the next 15 minutes, you push through this terrifying tornado storm of flames all around you until finally you get out of range of those clouds that were soaring above with no issues.
Yay.
I'll pat Stab on the back. Nice driving.
That's just fucking crazy, right? Fucking glad I fucking made you hurry up, Doya. Could have been us. Could have been on our ass right there.
Yes, and
You and your fucking knots.
the ship person should have managed to tie him.
Well, you're the one that wanted
My
it.
idea to tie it open. I didn't want to tie it open, but I will teach you how to tie knots. Next time we sit down and we have a moment, I'll show you a few different knots.
Stab looks to see if Elgin's okay.
Yeah, what do you
Elgin
look
is
like after
okay.
that?
I mean, definitely as if I, just raced through a firestorm. But beyond that, yeah, I would say I'm good.
All right. Stab, roll 2d8 for me, please. Oh, look at that. All right. So, you drive on,
that.
Stab, for about another hour until finally, you guys are starting to notice a lot more activity all around you. You can see a few what look like giant vultures overhead. Occasionally, you'll pass looks like a small patrol of devils off to the side that kind of just glare towards your vehicle as you go by. And you see what looks like the beginning of a river up ahead of you, as well as a tower nearby. Looks like almost a watchtower. Do you continue on towards that river?
Yes.
Okay.
Can we see it through the door that's open on our side, or is it just like out the front?
If you could poke your head out the door, you could see it, and you can see it through the slits at the front of the vehicle itself.
I wouldn't be poking my head out. No. Okay, I don't see it. I'm fucking with my
Stab's
puzzle
like,
box.
hey guys, there's a watchtower there, and I found the river.
Can I attempt to see if I can see if the watchtower is manned?
Definitely not from this distance, unless you have a tool that lets you zoom in on distant objects.
What about my elven eyes?
I'm afraid that is not a tool.
Worth a shot.
So, Stab, you continue on driving for about another 5 minutes until this tower is plainly in view now. And right next to it, you can actually see a long bridge crossing this river as well. And this river is coated in that deep red liquid before. It looks very familiar. You guys have crossed over it a few times now in different ways.
Oh, it's the fucking one that we did the first time.
The one?
Yeah, it's the one. That's the one.
Could be. Could be a different one.
Yeah. No,
But-
we only did one.
But either way, you are approaching that tower and that bridge. Stab, I need to know, are you slowing down? Are you speeding along? What are you doing?
I'm going at a cruise pace towards the bridge to cross it.
Okay. Elgin, are you following suit?
Yes, sir.
All right. Dory, you can go ahead and make that perception check now, because I know you're still probably glaring at that tower. That is a plus 15. That is insane. All right, so you look at that tower. You look at the top, checking for any E-scouts and whatnot. It doesn't look like it's manned currently. You don't see anyone on top of it. Mm-hmm.
You said we saw some demon patrols?
Devil patrols.
Devil patrols. When you say patrol, do they look like they're all wearing the same uniform or something?
It
Do they
just
have
looked
a
like
uniform?
it almost looked like if you were back in the normal realms, like what you'd see brigands along the side of the road and whatnot. But in this case, it's just devils armored up walking along the side instead. And it's, I'll go ahead and say you can assume because you're in a large war machine of some sort that they kind of just kept on going.
Cool, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, you just act like you belong. Nobody says nothing. Get the shit out.
So Stab, you
I'm worried that our paladin is not going to be quite as welcome as our war car.
He's blending right. I like look back to Elgin, and I just imagine I can still just barely in the distance see the firestorms behind him, and he's like fucking glistening sweat riding a nightmare, and there's like a thunder strike behind him. I think he's fitting in quite fine.
Yeah.
so
I would say so.
you guys start crossing the bridge. Stab, since you said you're going at a nice cruising speed without pausing or slowing down. And you're driving over this bridge. It looks like you're above the river here. It looks very bubbly and dangerous. But the bridge holds fine. It's very, very large. It looks like it could fit another vehicle coming across the other way. And you make it across with no issues. Elgin, you riding along as well. And when you do make it across the other side, the landscape changes dramatically. There and now, it looks like you're in a forest almost of these large, purplish, bluish trees that look very alien, just poking out everywhere, and pools of black liquid occasionally to your sides as you continue rolling through them. It looks like you may have to slow down quite a bit more to pass through here.
There's no other way but to pass through there?
Yes.
Okay, well then slow down to pass through.
All right. So you slow the vehicle down a bit so you can maybe pass through here a little bit safer, trying to avoid these black viscous pools around you.
What are those pools? Is it like tar?
It kind of looks like tar. You can always stop and examine them if you want.
Nah.
All right. So as you are driving through this forest at a very slow pace, I'll almost say you could maybe at a jogging pace keep up with this vehicle with the speed you're having to go to navigate this forest in your huge vehicle. A few of you off to the side could see a few devils crowded around a tree with one devil in the middle. It looks like he's holding something. And it almost looks like he's being picked on. It looks like a bunch of bearded devils. It's just happening
that.
off to the side. Do you guys just continue on, or what would you like to do?
Hey, you guys feel like helping out another... Wait, is it a demon being picked on?
It looks like another bearded devil being picked on. Like, you see these four devils kind of... It almost looks like they're laughing, and then one shoves the middle one, and he looks very, very timid, like he's trying to protect the thing he's holding and just backing away, but they keep just surrounding him.
Guys, look at that shit. Look at that shit. Can everyone else see it?
If anyone
I'll,
looks, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd assume so.
Especially if
kinda-
it's out this open door side.
Yeah, I'll hang my, like, kind of almost like on a ship, like where you kind of hang off of a mast almost. I'll kind of hang out the side and just kind of look out at that direction. And how far off are they?
Maybe about 100 feet from where you're passing through. They're in a little bit thicker area, so it doesn't look like the car could pull towards them. You'd have to go on foot.
Sorry, what'd you say, Jamie?
They're about 100 feet out, and they're in a thicker part of this forest, so it looks like you would have to go on foot if you wanted to intervene.
Should we help them?
That ain't
Just
right.
see what's going on?
Stab's just gonna go over there towards the bushes, and he's gonna try to investigate.
So you're pulling the car over and getting out?
Yeah. No. Staying in the car first.
So you can't approach any closer in the car currently. There are too much nature in your way.
As a man of nature and with an open door, is there any chance I can help guide Stab closer in using like guidance?
Not without taking down a few trees.
Understood.
Hey guys.
It's we go over there. It seems like.
Yeah, let's check this shit out. Check this shit out.
I'll
Maybe
turn back to Elgin and just kind of do the two eyes and like point towards the action that's happening over there.
Stab gets out the car and just starts walking towards there.
I'll follow.
All right. Elgin, what are you doing?
We're pretty evenly split at this point, right?
It looks like Doya, Stab, and Hayes have pulled over, and they hopped out of this car, and they're walking over to where this altercation is happening.
I mean, yeah, no, that part again. Like, I guess we actually are stopping to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pull over too.
All right.
Are you coming with us?
You probably ride up on a
You should
horse.
ride the horse over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull. I'm not getting off the horse. I'm pulling up. I'm pulling
All right.
up.
Let me get your horse here too. So you pull up on you start rolling up on your horse. All the rest of you are on foot. Lulu is still in the car still, and as you climb out, Stab, she says, should I stay here? Or should I come with?
Stay here with Doya.
But I was gonna follow you guys.
Oh, you're staying here? Lulu, can you guard the car?
Okay, I'll guard the car. And she
blow a trumpet sound if somebody tries to steal it.
Yeah.
okay. And she starts not pacing. She starts floating around the car, almost like she's patrolling with it.
Cool.
And all right, you guys start heading over to this area. So, as you're on foot now, approaching this event that's happening, you can see clearer now that there is one devil. You can hear shouting, "Stop! Stop! Leave me alone! Leave him alone!" And the rest are just laughing loudly and berating him. It looks like he's holding a creature of some sort in his arms.
What's the creature look like?
You have to get a little closer to tell, but here you go. That's what it looks like where you are right now. This one in the middle
Hey, look at the horse. Oh,
seems to be the one trying to get them to leave him alone.
oh shit! What the fuck is all this?
I'll kind of continue pacing forward, just not at a fast pace, just at a regular walking speed.
Okay.
Okay.
Jane,
I see Stab just jog by me.
Am I just fucking going? I'm going at the same pace as Hayes. We some pacing boys.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
What's up, Doya?
quick question. When we did our rest, would that count as a dawn or anything for the purpose of Staff of Healing?
Yes.
Thank you.
And Elgin, let me know, and whenever you move, I'll move the horse with you. I don't think you have control over it.
I thought I did at one point. I could be wrong. No, I can move it.
Oh, never mind. As you approach,
Yeah.
the devils stop and hold their arm. This one holds his arm out to you and says, "Oi, hey! What do you want?"
I'll kind of pull up just ahead of them and kind of rear the horse back a little bit. And once the nightmare settles down, I'll be like, what's going on here?
So, you ask that question and look at these bearded devils, and you see the one in the middle looks scared. He's cradling an abyssal chicken in his arms. And the one in front that already addressed you, Elgin, says, Well, we're telling this idiot that he needs to let go of his chicken because it's time to eat.
And let me guess, he doesn't want to.
No. Idiot's taking a hit to the head too hard, and he turns and just punches the arm of the one in the middle, and they all start laughing. And the one in the middle just kind of crouches down and cradles his chicken.
I'm actually gonna speak past them to the one cradling the chicken. You there. Chicken.
Huh? Me?
Why are you protecting it?
They wants to eat earwax. I don't want them to eat it.
You've taken it as a pet.
He's my friend. Oh, just shut up. And one of them kicks him while he's on the ground. He falls over and yelps. And
at that moment, when I see this happening, I'm actually gonna pull up right to him. And I'm gonna rear the horse up again.
They all draw their weapons when you approach this close as you rear the horse, and immediately the one in the middle starts shuffling to his feet as he stands and says, No, please, no fighting, no, please.
Stab goes to Doya and sees if we have another abyssal chicken corpse. I'm pretty sure we got like 50.
Did you collect 50?
No, we're out.
I know I got like a shit ton. How are we out, dude?
You
We
ate
are
one.
out.
We
You
didn't
totally
keep
took
all.
one.
Somebody
take all.
destroyed one with a hammer.
Yeah. Who would have knew they would come in handy? I was just. Oh.
I don't think I've seen such a passive devil
Ah.
before.
And this is why we must nurture such counters. I'm gonna say to them, let him keep the chicken. It's not like there's not hundreds of them. We literally ran into a flock of them.
You want him to keep his chicken. You taking a liking to this idiot.
Well,
Word to the chicken.
I can't help but feel that in this hellscape I've been trapped in for who knows how long. Rare that I see a devil of any sort care about anything. I wish to nurture that.
Not to mention, what fun is 4 of you picking on one?
Oh, what?
Exactly.
Well, it's a lot of fun. Look at him. He can't even do anything about it. And he's the one behind him takes his beard and just rakes his back. To which the
I'll say,
one up front then starts running around to the side of you, Elgin.
Oh. Well, it's
No, it's
going
gone.
down,
It's
and
gone.
I'm gonna let it go down.
I just
As
smacked
soon as
him,
I
man.
see him start to...
This is the one with the chicken, by the way, that went around to the side.
Oh, the
of
one with
you.
the chicken. Okay, never mind. I thought you meant like one of the other ones. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I'm just gonna simply say that this one, and I'm gonna look back and what was your name again?
Are you looking back to the one with the chicken?
Mm-hmm.
Crikendolt.
Matt.
Crikendolt is under my protection. So if you have a quarrel with him and his chicken earwax, and just look back, just to kind of confirm.
Earwax, yes.
Well, you have umbrage with them. then you'll have it with me.
Well, how's about we sell him off? He's useless anyhow. Give us something for him.
Not giving
Won't
you
you
anything
take-
for him. What are you talking about? You just want our stuff for no reason? You're being an asshole. Stop being an asshole.
And you're taking one of ours away under your protection. So you can just walk up and take him because he's a little shifty and acting like a little baby. That's it? Well, no, we're gonna get something out of it. Or we're gonna take something out of it. And you see all the bearded devils aim their glaives forward, to which Krykendult steps forward and says, "Please, no, don't come to blows, please."
I'm
You
gonna
have
ask
some
him what
read-
he wants. Like, what do you want exactly?
Well, what do you got?
I want to make sure we point out before you give me an answer. You seem to treat Krykendult as though he is of little value to you. So, think very carefully about what you ask us for.
Well, you're taking someone I could have used as bait to capture something else, and also a meal that he's carrying with him.
One meal, you say?
And the bait?
Fair enough. What if I told you if it's a meal that you're seeking, I could provide you with one?
Huh.
I would wonder if that's enough. Show me.
Well, let's just say that, and I'm gonna kind of point around the area. How many are in your number, in your company?
There's the 5 of us right now. Soon to be 4 if you get your way.
Well, I have enough food that could feed all of us. If you're not interested,
Show
and then
me.
he'll, he says to show him. I will, I'm gonna kind of back the horse up a little bit. And, here, let's see, how can I just want him. I just want my guy.
Oh, you got the
not-
horse with him too? Oh, I got you.
Yeah, here it is. I think I got it. There we go. And there. No, don't do that. Okay, there we go. And what I'll do is I will, let's see here. This is easy enough. I will put my hands together and start praying for Helm to bless us with 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
Ooh.
And I will ask him, is there anything particular that you like? Wanted chickens, correct?
Yeah, that specific one, but I guess other ones do.
I'll and in mid prayers I say, Helm, bless us with bounty. Bounty enough to feed the mouths and fill the bellies. Those here in attendance. All in honor, maintaining the balance of all things. And in honor of our, and I'll kind of like, pop one eye open, winking, like kind of looking in his direction. In the honor of our friendship, please bless us with enough chickens, preferably abyssal, to feed us all, and enough water to quench our thirst. In Helm's name. And then I'll stand up and kind of like materialize the food before us.
Okay. And that's a spell, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you conjure this
Oh,
food in front of
shit.
them. And make a persuasion check with advantage as well.
Ooh. Here, let's Oh wow. Usually
Alright.
good at this, I swear.
You get your advantage for those?
That was advantage.
Yeah, that
mean,
was
the-
advantage.
The +5.
That's
What's that?
for savings
That's
throws.
for savings throws. Yeah,
Got
that's
it.
for savings throws. Yeah, that's for savings throws. Yep, that's all I got. I got an 11 and an 8.
So all this food appears in front of the bearded devils, and afterwards, Crocodile actually takes a couple steps back, and then the one you've been talking with says, "Well, look at all this. Oh, it's your lucky day, Crocodile. You get to go be a slave for them. Look at all this food. Go on, piss off." And they start just grabbing the food.
I'll kind of turn around and start and I'll kind of stand beside Krakendolt and say, well, you're a free bearded devil. How does it feel?
Terrifying. I don't know where to go or what to do. Can I come
Hey,
with you?
Yeah, maybe you should come with us, man. You know your way around this place.
I
Maybe
do.
you could be like a guide.
I can help you. I can. Yes, I'll do that. Can Earwax come?
Yeah, man.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Okay, just be careful. He bites.
Yay.
I
Jay, what is this right
I
here, by the
melt
way?
the two ice knives that are in my hand right now and just let them drip down to the ground. And I'm just still kind of staring holes through the 4 that are digging in.
Stab, you glance at that liquid, and it doesn't look like tar necessarily. It looks like a ton of ichor.
Like demon ichor?
Possibly. Looks very ichorish. Might be
Go
demon
taste it.
ichor.
Stab doesn't give $3. And he walks back to the car.
All right.
Yay, new friend acquired.
You guys head back to the vehicle with Krakendolt in tow. I'll put us back
Social link updated.
on the Avernus map. So, as you hop back in the car, Hayes, you hear something coming from your backpack again. It's very muffled, but it says, "Demons beget demons. Where the filth lands, they spawn ever more corruption."
No one's asking you. Wait,
Is that the
what?
map?
Wait, who said that? Oh no,
we don't-
not this again.
We don't need that shit. We got our boy here. Hey man, where's Chi-Chi's at?
How far away is the car from where I'm walking right now?
About 50 feet out.
I'll take off my backpack and I'll just open it and look in it and say, "What?"
You just look at your map and say, "What?"
Yeah,
It doesn't say anything back.
fine. Be that. I get. If you're gonna be muffled about it, I'm not gonna hear you the first time. Demons beget demons. Whatever. And I'll just close the bag and put it back on my back and start walking back towards the war machine again.
Well, you were right, Hayes.
No, everything's fine.
Did everyone hear it?
Just the demon map in my backpack screaming out at me again. No clue what it said.
Just making sure we weren't running into another possession issue again or something.
I'm sure we're headed for something much worse. But, I mean, what am I gonna do? It's the map. It's helped us at least a little bit.
Agreed.
All I heard is it said something about demons and demons. Or something. I don't know.
Maybe it doesn't like our new company.
You know what? It's probably jealous.
Agreed.
Anyways, so this is our ride. Stab was gonna do that to the new company.
What if it is jealous? What if it knows that our new friend can guide us and we may not have as much use for it anymore?
1,000 paper cuts in the night.
Do you think it's been siphoning my soul? I mean, I just got it back.
What down here probably isn't trying to.
I mean, I didn't have one when we got here.
New on the market.
Maybe there's a gross, like fresh souls are worth more than old souls. Ugh. I'll just look up to the sky and just say, "Not my souls, not today, not today." And I'll just shake my head and walk towards the car.
Lulu lets out 2 pleasant toots as you all approach the car again. She seems still in good spirits and waves at the devil walking up with you all. Which
Stab introduces them to each other.
yeah, and Krakendalt will say, "This is your ride? Wow, are you warlords?"
Hey, something better. We're just bros over here. And Lulu. He's also a bro. This is Lulu, by the way.
Nice to meet you, bros. And he nods towards Lulu.
Alright, yeah, get in. We're going to Chi-Chi's maw. You know where that is, man?
Chi-Chi. Cos
Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi?
Chi-Chi.
Yeah. Where is it, man?
I do. I can guide you.
Yeah.
May
guide,
I
man.
ask why? Are you looking to die?
No.
Well, rumor is he's chained there, and he's very dangerous, but it seems, I don't know your business, but I can take you there.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Let's do that.
Is there like 2 front seats?
For this vehicle, there is only 1 seat up front, and then there's 2 behind it on the sides, and then 2 more behind those on the sides.
I
It's like a
want to get
fighter.
in one of like the outside like turret things in one of those seats.
So there are no
look
outside
like?
seats for the turrets. It looks like everything's controlled straight from the front of the vehicle. Like, this vehicle was built with the idea that if only one person was in it, they could still operate everything.
Oh, I thought the turrets
shit.
had seats on. I thought there were people sitting on them when we fought it.
Nope.
Okay, then I'm gonna go to the very, very back, and I'll just take a seat. I normally sit in the middle, but I'm gonna go a row back.
All right, Krakendalt goes and sits down in the vehicle as well, holding on to his chicken, which is just looking around and pecking sometimes right now, but hasn't made a sound.
Krakendall, you seem very passive for a devil.
I guess so. I fought in the war for a bit.
That's the end of that sentence?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? Fine. You did great. And I'll
Thank
just
you. You're
lean
such
back.
a nice person.
Yay. Conversation achieved.
Yeah.
Hey, which way is it, dummy? Where are we going?
I'll just point where you need to go. You need to start, and he points a little bit straight ahead from the vehicle, but just a bit slanting to the right, and says, "Finish going through the spawning trees, and then pop out the other side, and it's not far from there."
Hey, you know everything about everything, right?
No.
Okay. Is there anything that'd be really cool? Like any like magic rapiers nearby, or something really cool on the way there?
Well, if you want a rapier, you could try your luck at Bell's Forge, but I don't think he's that nice.
Nah, let's just go straight to Kochichi's. Alright, so Stab starts driving the way he's pointing.
All right. He points out the direction, and you go, and you do not have to roll now because you have a guide.
Yay.
Highly likely you'll reach your destination. So, you take off in the vehicle, Stab, and well, I don't say take off. You navigate safely through the forest area until finally you exit the tree lining and enter more open areas and continue on toward Kochichi's Maw. With Elgin, you're still following behind, right? No deviations?
Mm-hmm. No deviation.
Okay. And before we reach Kochichi's Maw, we're going to take a break. So,
Yay.
give us about 10 minutes. We will be right back. And we are back, driving along back inside the, I keep calling it War Machine, but I think it has a better, more proper name. What was it? Hell Machine?
The Tormentor.
Yeah, it is an advanced Tormentor. It was Smiler's, actually, if you guys remember. You're in Smiler's car right now. But
Motor
he is-
horse.
Yes, you're in your motor horse. You guys are riding along with Crikendolt leading the way. You drive on for about 2 hours of more travel, passing by various small, it looks like a little bit of terrain here and there, like it looks like some ruins, just a small amount of them, a few cliffs on the side, a few devils or maybe demons flying above overhead. So, but you just keep on going. You fit in right now, given what you guys are riding in or on. After that 2 hours and crossing through a little bit of tough terrain, a little bit of rocky roads and hills and whatnot, you arrive at a large chasm. To which Crikendolt says, "This is it. Slow down. This is it."
Hey, Dad slows down.
You hear your backpack again start to speak haze, as you hear it say, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend, but does the same hold true for friends?" Fiends. Sorry, not friends. Fiends at the end.
Enemy of my enemy. I'm holding my backpack like in my lap right now, so I definitely heard that time. And I'm gonna look down and. Why are you continuously speaking to me in riddles? Say what you mean.
He's in the back.
Who, Hayes?
Yes, I'm in
Yeah.
the very back row.
All right.
Billy will look up because that's sort of something that he expects Hayes to say to him, a little confused like.
Just bag mouth again. I think our map is upset that we have company. What's the hell, guys? Is Kryleek?
You can call him Kryleek. He turns to you. You mean me?
Krakendall, right?
Yes, that's me.
I want to like lean forward in my seat about 6 inches. I'm gonna squint and I'm gonna look him right in his eyes.
He looks nervous.
Are you cool?
Me and Earwax are cool, yes?
Okay. Good enough for me.
Stab looks back too to check if the chicken shitted everywhere.
The chicken is it's definitely greased up the seat area that Crikendolt was sitting in that 2 hour drive, but no, there's no poopy everywhere.
Hey, buddy, you're doing good to clean up after it, man. Just don't leave no grease stains, man. You know.
Again, I don't know why you're here, but can I don't have to come there too, do I?
Did Hayes ask if you were cool? What did you say to that?
He said yes.
Okay. You think he's cool enough to guard the car?
No.
Okay. Well, you heard the man. Sorry, buddy. You got to get out.
Oh, okay. This is a dangerous place.
Don't worry, buddy. I'll keep you safe. I'll keep you safe. You just hang
mean-
around old Stab.
This particular place is more dangerous than anywhere else, or like, is this in relation to something else?
This is the one dangerous place in hell. Yes.
Because, to be honest with you, we just drove through a literal firestorm. There were fire tornadoes circling around us.
Well, the mall is a pit. It's deep, real deep. One wrong move and you fall in.
And what happens where does it go? Just nowhere?
The
Lava?
bottom, where Kostichi is being held. And as he says where Kostichi is being held, you all can actually hear an audible
froze.
voice just screaming out in the distance. It sounds like a deep, raspy voice, just screaming. Just it doesn't even sound coherent. It sounds like just a lot of just loud screams in the distance.
Is that him?
Yes, he's been. Even you're close enough, you can hear it, and he's been yelling for, well, long as he's been bound.
Well, you'll need to escort us to the mall, but once we're there, I don't see. I'll kind of look around to everybody else. Don't see a reason why he'd have to go down there with us.
Nah, I think he'd just get in the way anyways.
He points out the front of the car and says, well, that's the mall there, the deep pit. You see it, right?
I'm gonna go stand up and stand next to him, and I'll open my backpack and pull out the map, and I'll unfold it, and I'll kind of hold it out, and then kind of where I can move it down and see in the distance and look at it, but I want to do it to where he can also see the map. Yes, I mean, that does look like it, and then I'll hold it in front of him. What do you think? Does it look like it?
He looks
And
at
I'm more looking for his reaction to the map, if he has one.
he looks at the map and then looks back to you, Hayes, and he takes his finger and he pokes your head twice, almost like he's looking very concerned. And he looks at the map again, then back at you. Are you still sane?
No, my sanity left me long ago.
Oh.
Why?
Well, this is a surprisingly accurate map, but your kind, I didn't know could handle this type of thing. You shouldn't be able to use this.
How so?
Mapping Avernus is only for devils and demons. You should not be able to do it. Mine should be racked with pain. You should be going insane from this.
I'll kind of shrug a little bit. Imagine that. Thank you.
It wasn't
kinda
a
fold it up.
compliment. Just be careful.
Is it bad? So let's say hypothetically, one were to start hearing the map yell things at you. What do you think that means?
Well, either you have a magical map or you have voices in your head, which is fine. I mean, we all do.
It's good enough for me. I'll put the map up, and I guess I'll sit back down. Doesn't seem to like you very much.
Stab, you pulled up to the cliff edge of this huge maw, cracked the ground, stopped the vehicle at this point. Which now you all can hear a lot more audibly now.
Is it so loud that it like shakes the earth and shit?
It echoes out the maw into Avernus, but the ground's not shaking, no.
Okay. Stab gets out the car and peers towards the maw.
You look down into the maw, and it looks like there's no proper staircase or ramp leading into this. It looks like if you wanted to go down, you'd have to climb. And you could see multiple... It looks like caves along the side, just on ledges, as it goes down in various spots.
Whoever made this was a poor designer.
There's multiple caves. What's the closest cave? So it's like one huge crack, and is there like one, like little fucking, what do you call it? There's what's it down at the bottom, Jamie?
At the very bottom, it looks
Yeah.
like you definitely see some creature chained up, just constantly yanking at the chains. It looks fairly big too. You also see what looks like a pit of some black liquid around him. Could be ichor, could be tar. You can't really tell from here. and then ledges as it goes deeper and deeper with just caves lined up randomly.
All right. Does it look like it's safe footing inside the caves?
You don't know unless you try to descend and go in one.
And is it dark in there?
Definitely can't see inside.
Okay. Hey guys. Are they out of the car? You guys out of the car?
Yes.
I'll start getting out.
Man, I got these winged boots. Let me just go down there and see what's up, if you guys don't mind.
Be my guest.
Stab gives Elgin the fist, and then he like goes and checks out the nearest cave. There's a backflip off the fucking cliff first, though. The fucking backflip.
So,
Flair for the dramatic.
as you do that, Lulu shuts out. Should I come too? Stab?
Lulu, you stay right here. I'll let you know if it's okay.
Okay. And you backflip off the cliff and start flying to one of the nearby little caverns.
An extremely stealthy backflip.
Yeah, the stealth check.
All right.
How
Right.
far down do you think it is? Like, would we be able to even guesstimate?
You would. It looks about 500 feet down.
Ugh.
Quite far.
Stab wants to investigate the nearest cave, but not get
So you head
attacked by
down
intruders.
to one of these caves and head to the entrance of it, and you look inside, and it's very dark. You cannot see inside currently.
Stab cast light on his little hand.
All right, you cast light on one of your gloves, and are you going into the cave?
No, I'm just flashing the entrance.
Okay. As you look inside one of them, you can see it starts curving around a bit, like it's connecting to something else around the corner.
Does it look like people's traveled through there? Is there like any accumulation of cobwebs or dust that would indicate that no one's been through there?
You don't see anything of the sort.
So it looks like it's well traveled. How close is it to the ledge?
So you had to go down about 100 feet to reach the first one. And right at the exit of that cavern, it's just like about 2 feet of ledge and then just a drop. The only way to get to where you are right now is by climbing to it, or in your case, flying.
Okay. Stab lands at the base of the cave for a second and just looks around to see if he could see anything else. So is there another cave face that looks like? Because I think these caves are interconnected. Is there another one really close by, just to see if we can see if they're connected?
There's another one not too far away, maybe about down another 50 feet and then about 100 feet away from you.
Yeah, Stab goes to check that out.
Sure. You swoop down and head to the next cavern entrance. And when you peer inside and you hold your light out, you can see, not far in, maybe about 30 feet in, there is a creature just laying there sleeping. It looks familiar. A creature you fought before, actually, on entry to El Terrell, I believe. It was a dog-like demon that breathed fire on you before.
Ooh. Stab does not wake it up and fucks off. Okay. Does it look like? Did I see if it looked like it was going up towards the other cave, and the other cave was descending down? You know what I mean?
It did curve around and kind of give that impression.
Okay. Stab goes back to the beginning. And so guys, I think like these caves are connected, and I think I saw like a demon dog, the one that like burned us last time. Anyways, I don't think it's gonna be a good time going down there. Let's see.
mean, did we expect it to be a good time?
No, but you always kind of hope it is.
That's
You're
fair.
muted, Elgin.
I bet. I was gonna say, have we had a good time since we've been here in this hellscape?
I've had a couple.
Once,
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
I'd think you, of all people, would remember it.
I said a good time, not a great time.
Damn.
What are the odds that we can just bypass the caves and maybe a couple of us fly on down there?
If you could carry like these two, I don't know if I could carry. Let me see if I can carry you, Hayes.
No, I don't.
Get
I
on
don't
my
want you
back.
to. I don't want you to carry me.
Okay, fine. Fuck off then.
Why do you want to? Why do you want to carry me?
Cause you look lighter than Elgin, a lot lighter. And I
Oh,
try to carry him already.
You're wanting to do it from a position of safety. I mean, I weigh about 185 pounds. Not that light.
Let me see if I could do it.
How do you want to? And I'll kind of like hold my arms out.
Yeah, just come here, come here. Jump on this. Stab holds his arm out, and he wants to carry you like a newlywed.
I will.
Come on, man.
I will indulge. I'll jump into his arms like a baby.
I think Stab is strong enough to carry that, but he just wants to see if he can fly with that, if the boots can do that.
So Hayes jumps into your arm, Stab, and you falter a bit, but you can hold him up. And then you kind of just jump off the ground a bit, trying to kick your boots up. And you try to start flying in the air, but after you jump, you just start slowly descending instead till you touch the ground again.
I don't think this is gonna work out, buddy.
It's fair. Good.
Stab
it's a good
puts you to
try.
the ground.
It was worth a shot.
Well, you could carry two, right?
I don't know if I can carry all of his armor and Hayes.
Let me think.
And I doubt Elgin is the type of man to give up his armor in the middle of hell.
I'm not giving up my armor.
Yeah, man,
we
that
have
thing is sick.
How far down is this first jump?
First ledge is about 100 feet if you're trying to descend to where Stab flew down a moment ago.
It's 100 feet down.
Yep.
Ugh. I'm looking through my inventory and spells right now.
Is there any way?
Is there anything? Go ahead.
I was gonna ask if Hayes, did you know any slow fall spells?
Nothing that's going to quite do the trick. There's still I can control the winds to a certain degree, but there's still a high probability I break my ankles when I land.
How much rope you got, man?
I
Anybody
turn
got
back
rope?
and look at the car, and I see my rope still poorly knotted around multiple spots on the vehicle.
Hey, Doyle, what are you doing? Get that rope real quick.
Don't think it's gonna do us any good at the moment. What's your plan for it?
Maybe we could go above the first cave and see if the rope's long enough to climb down on.
There's only like a 50 feet section. Looks like it's twice that far down.
I didn't know. It was
Nobody
50.
else have a rope?
I got string.
That's definitely
Is that
not
the
gonna
same
do
thing?
I could have sworn one of us
Now it
had
does.
the ability
Go
to
ahead.
cast Featherfall.
It does look scalable. I can tell you all that. You could see what looks
Oh.
like handholds and footholds along the side of these cliff walls, but it's still very steep and treacherous. You just have to make checks if you wanted to climb without climbing here.
I'll tell you what, guys. If you guys want to try to climb, I'll fly. Me and Doyle can fly right next to you and make sure you don't fall.
That's what I was sort of thinking. If we all can't fly down there.
And Lulu can help too.
Can we pull the vehicle maybe close to the edge here? Something to tie the rope to?
Oh, you can. I thought it was 50 feet and the drop is 100.
I'm saying I want something to secure myself in case I lose my footing.
Okay.
At least half the way down.
Alrighty.
I'll be an air elemental. I'll be right there. I'll catch you.
How are
Stab
you going
drives-
to catch me as an air elemental? You're air.
Still,
Well,
I would fall through you, would I not?
Stab drives the
Not-
car over.
entirely air. I'm just mostly air.
Just mostly hot air. Got it.
Wait, you
Can
said
we
it
move
was
the?
how far down? It's 100 some odd feet.
Hmm.
Give or take.
Any handholds that would stick out.
I'll look. It looks like there are places to climb. I want a little extra security. Why am I having to argue my point here?
Oh,
Jamie, can I cast like mold earth on the side of the walls to make it even more available to be climbed? Make it like better terrain. You know what I mean? Does it work that way?
Make me a mud escalator.
I don't think
Can I make him a mold excavator?
I don't think it works that way. I think Mold Earth lets you like just edit the ground a bit, maybe for simple messages or like simple patterns and whatnot. I don't think you can mold full-on stone to be something else, even if it's just a small bit.
Yeah, it says I can turn difficult terrain to good terrain and vice versa.
It might make the check a little easier. How about that?
Okay. Stab casts mold earth on the side of the wall and makes it look like fucking just a ladder, and it looks fucking easy to climb.
So
like,
it's
"Oh, look at
only a
this shit.
5-foot
Look at this
square,
shit."
so it can't be
yes.
all up and down.
So Stab goes like this with his hand and like makes the 5-foot square kind of move towards the mountain. You know what I mean? And you'll just climb down like this.
I was gonna.
I go
not trying to-
get in the car, and I drive it
not
to the
trying
ledge.
to.
He already did. Stab already did.
Okay. I was gonna say not
Go
trying to metagame the stab. What you could probably do, and I don't know the limitations of mold earth, but you could probably climb down yourself and just mold earth as you go down.
I was gonna fly and make it easier for someone else to do it.
Okay.
Make footholds for me as we climb down.
I'm just throwing it out there. You could literally make a handhole, like make a ladder in one spot, and then mold earth the next step down. And literally, I would venture to guess if you just said, "Hey, I'm gonna just focus on doing this and nothing but this," the DM would probably just let you do that, and it would just be a complete safe, like no risk to anybody.
I think his point was he was trying to do it for me, because he can fly down with his boots.
Yeah, I could just fly.
Hey, you do what you want, man. I'm just here for the ride. It's Hayes' character. Hayes, it's Hayes' life in your hands.
I tie the rope. I tie the rope to a secure portion on the vehicle, and I let this kind of 50-foot rope kind of furl over the edge, and hopefully it goes about halfway down.
Okay, yeah, you tie it off and throw it over the ledge, and it does fall about a little shorter than 50 feet, but roughly 50 feet down.
And I'll look over to Stab and say, just, if you can, just fly next to me and give me like a foothold or something every so often.
I got you,
And I
buddy.
should
I
be
got
good.
you. Dad does exactly what he wants, and it's even the foothold is shaped exactly like the bottom of his shoes was, so it's like perfect. It's like it's made for that hole. You know what I mean? So it looks like his footprint's there already before he puts it in.
All right.
And I will start carefully climbing down using the rope and the foothold.
All right, so you start climbing down, hold on to that rope and using the foothold as you descend. And you descend fairly safely until you reach the end of the rope.
All right, buddy.
All right, this is where I need you to focus.
I got you.
Need a good grip the whole way down. And I'll just start carefully climbing down, and I'll kind of wait to see like where the next like little mold earth spot is. And I'll just slowly make my way down.
And it's just Hayes descending right now, right? With Stab floating behind him.
Yeah. Or, oh,
Doya and Elgin, what are you doing up top right now? Are you guys still up above?
I'm still up above.
You ready to try to get down? Elgin,
What's that?
are you ready to try to get down?
Sure.
Jamie, quick question. For strength, the carrying capacity is what, 10 times strength?
Using
15.
variant encumbrance, it's a little bit different. Let me check. Because otherwise, you would be correct. You can carry weight in excess of 5 times your strength.
5 times your strength. Just how strong is an air elemental?
I have its stats pulled up right here, actually. Air elemental strength score is 14.
So I could carry. What's that? Like 70 pounds?
Until you are considered encumbered, correct.
And I can carry, what, 140 while being encumbered, right?
Correct.
Well, Elgin, make sure you don't slip. Let me know when you're ready, and I will turn into an air elemental for this.
There's no time like the present.
Hayes, go ahead and make an athletics check.
I use inspiration.
Okay. Go ahead.
Alright.
What's the
Okay.
point of this shit? What's
I'd like
the
to
point
say
of it?
Stab is like right next to his ass in case he falls.
So Hayes gets out of the range of the rope, and you mold this earth to make it a bit easier on him to step down. And he takes one step down, and his foot fits perfectly in. And as he's going to take the next one, he completely misses the hole as his foot drags on the cliffside, and his grip releases off the side of the cliff edge.
I'd
Stab,
like to make
go ahead
a
and
reaction.
I'm
Okay.
gonna let Stab. Stab's gonna get reactions. He's right next to you. Wait, and Stab, what would you like to do about that?
Stab immediately catches him.
Okay, make a dexterity check. Let's see if you can grab him.
Ooh, dexterity, you say? I feel really dumb because I can't find it right now.
It's just
Where is
the
it, Jamie?
score itself. You would just click your dexterity and roll
Oh,
that.
that one? Ooh, that's not good.
We're
You
going
know
up
what? I'm
one
gonna
at
use a
time.
lucky.
You're gonna use your lucky? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Forget where everything is.
Hayes, as
We'll let
you
that one do
release that cliffside, you start to immediately get ready to do something about it, but you feel two hands just latch on under your arms and catch you as you.
Oh, shit.
It slows your fall as you both start slow falling right down to that first cavern entrance that Stab had inspected earlier, and land safely.
Whoa, that was fucking close, right?
Ugh. I turn around and like just put a hand on each shoulder. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Alright, now we gotta do is wait on our friends.
All right, Elgin and
Yeah.
Doya. Oh, go ahead.
I'll just
sorry.
back against. I'm gonna just back up and kind of put my back against the wall and just keep an eye out in front of us.
All right.
Let's say, do I need to make any rolls?
You
He
do,
can't-
depending
he's
on
car-
how you're descending. Is he trying to carry you down?
I wanted to try to, like, maybe make it easier for you. Because I don't think I can carry you, but I can help.
Okay.
'Cause-
I was gonna say I'm gonna make an athletics check with advantage.
Oh.
I'll use my advantage that I have for.
Oh, okay.
We'll
Yeah,
see
if-
what happens.
Yeah, if you want to start climbing, just go ahead and make that athletics check, and you can use some inspiration to go ahead and have advantage.
Boom! I'll take
Ooh.
that.
There we go. Okay, that's... So you see Elgin head over the side of this cliff, and he's almost digging his fingers in the spots where he can put his hands at, and kicking his boots in as well, just trying to get as much traction as he can to this cliffside. And he is able to easily and hastily make his way all the way down that 100-foot drop to meet you guys at that cavern entrance.
Wow. Look at you go.
I have my moments. Fancy
Hey, guy-
boy.
I think this cave will take us lower. And it might be better for us to just take it rather than climb down, but there is like a dog on the other side that might breathe fire on us. Is Doya down there, by the way?
Yes, I'm with you,
Doya,
but I
d-
can't tell you that.
Oh, you're an air elemental and you just kind of flew down, right?
What does he look like? What does an air elemental look like?
Let me see if I could show you.
Bunch of
Looks like
wisp
that.
and wind in a vaguely humanoid form.
The fuck? You really can't carry anyone with that. How did you help Elgin again?
You blew a lot of
He
wind.
didn't. I used my advantage.
That's what happened. Like a wind blowing a rock. Ain't gonna do
I mean, wind elementals are quite strong. Don't underestimate them.
True.
shit. Alright. Should have just turned him fucking an earth elemental and become an elevator for us. Slide through this fucking.
That would have actually been more useful.
Yeah. Oh well. Stab actually says that to Doya. Alright, so you guys want to try this cave or keep climbing down? Because I don't know if we can, risk it.
Well, I certainly don't have any more ropes.
Yeah. So, let me just go on ahead and see if that dog is there. Stab wants to go scout and see if he still sees the dog.
Okay. Are you trying to sneak still, or you just going in to check?
Oh,
Oh, he's trying to sneak.
Yeah, I was.
Okay, so you start sneaking through this cavern trying to be stealthy, and then it's almost like your brain just kind of stopped function for a second. As you just look in there and you just kind of shout, "Any dogs in here? You in here, dog?" As you keep coming around the corner, and as you shout that and round the corner with your lit up glove, you actually don't see anything in the cavern as it starts ramping down and descending a bit until eventually you do make it to the other exit of the cavern.
So I didn't see anything.
You did not see anything.
I guess the coast is clear. Hey guys, coast is clear.
Should he be yelling?
I thought he was trying to be quiet.
I suppose there's an even louder thing yelling, so I guess it doesn't make that much difference, to be honest. And I'll continue and I'll follow the sound of Dab's voice.
Okay, so you guys head through the cavern, and when you pop out, you see you're 50 feet farther down and about 100 feet away from where you just were. But with
And it's
still,
closer towards. Oh, go ahead.
you still got a good ways to go down, though, as you're now just at this ledge with no other options to descend besides climb or fly, or no caverns, put it that way, to descend right now.
So there's only those two caverns?
No, there are more below still, but there's no more connecting where you are now.
Okay. How far is the nearest one?
Next one's about 150 feet down.
Is it directly beneath us?
No, you would have to scale down and about maybe 40 feet to the side to get to the next one.
How easy was it for me to kind of just glide with haze in my hands?
You weren't able to control your direction, really. Holding on to him, it felt like you just had slow fall on you, and wherever you were going down, that's where you were going down.
I'm just gonna stand like at the edge with my hands just on my hips and just looking down. This seems fine.
Can't you guys like teleport or something?
30 feet.
In a
Oh.
pinch.
Okay. Okay. Shit, man. I don't want to. How do you feel about climbing, buddy? You know what?
Good as I felt the first time, to be honest with you.
I think Elgin doesn't need help.
I want to go up to the like rock wall itself. How dense is this stuff? Is it like just pure stone, or like there are cracks in it, or is it just like what does it look like?
Solid, rigid, dark stone. It's very dark in there you've been walking through as well, but I think most of you can see in the dark, especially with Stab's light on his wrist. But
Hey, don't. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, the rock looks very solid around you. You don't see many cracks.
Stab says.
The stab says, "Hello." Don't we have like a python or some shit?
I'd like to pull out one of my pitons.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And go up to the wall.
It's too
and
bad we
see
left
if
that
I
rope
can,
up
like,
there.
I know, and just jam it in there, and see if I can just jam it into the rock face.
Hey, buddy, I could go get your rope real quick if you want.
That would probably be great.
Yeah, let's do that. Stab wants to go fly and retrieve the rope.
Okay, yeah, you head on up and you go to untie the rope from the vehicle. And Hayes, you stab your python into the wall repeatedly, but it looks like without a tool you're not gonna be able to get it in there.
Well, shit, I still go get the rope. All right, I got the rope, buddy. Oh, does anyone have a hammer?
I have a wrench.
Hey.
But I'm not willing to hurt him for this.
Used to have a hammer. I got rid of it. I got a crowbar.
Elgin,
I got two of them.
You have a crowbar? That could work.
Yeah. You can have one.
Let me see the crowbar.
Here you go.
I take that and I try and hammer it into the rock wall.
You take the crowbar and start just trying to hit it as best you can onto that python over and over. And it's slow, but you're making progress. Lulu glances over at Elgin, who is sitting there holding a tool that would definitely do the job, and then looks back to you, Hayes, and says, "He's got it!" and just watches you hammer with this crowbar repeatedly till you get the python in the wall.
And I think I take that as her cheering me on, saying, "He's got it!" And so I just, with even more fervor, just...
He's got one,
I'm
Lulu.
just gonna sigh.
He's got it. Look, see? He did it himself. Elgin probably could have done it much better, though.
I look at
You don't say stuff
Elgin,
like
and then
that.
I look at what he's holding in his hand. And then I look down at my crowbar. So, you're just gonna let that happen?
I made a suggestion earlier, and no one listened.
I
Yeah, he
didn't hear
said
it.
something.
He said Warhammer.
I said I have a warhammer.
I didn't. There's a lot going on here. I'm under a lot of stress right now. I apologize if I don't have the most acute of hearing right now.
It's okay. I
you
won't
think-
hold it against you.
Think you could help me out?
Next time, I'll step in.
Well, I'm going to need another one of these in the wall further down.
Well, then say less.
So like about every 40 feet, I'm gonna need one in the wall that I can, like, retie the rope to, and then go
Okay.
further down.
How
How
about every time you? How about every time you need to like Wait, is it just the Warhammer that you have? Is it like huge?
It's a warhammer.
So it is huge.
It's a warhammer.
It's as big as it needs to be.
if that's what you're asking me. It is the size that warhammers are.
So I look in my bag and I say, I've got, looks like 6 of these pitons,
I mean,
which
I
should
could
be
just,
enough to get me down to the next one.
I mean, when you're done with them, I could just fly and reuse them. I mean, if
You have to
if
pry
I could
them out of
wield
the
the,
wall.
that's true.
I'm not worried about retrieving these right now. I'm worried about getting down here and not being a puddle when I get there.
That's reasonable.
And I'll kind of tie the rope around the piton and start descending carefully.
Okay, you tie your rope down around the pitten again and start holding onto that rope and descending. Kind of
Stab.
rappelling off the wall just a little bit, just safely as you go down.
Stab wants to fly nearby in case he falls.
Sure. Hayes, you make it down about 50 feet without incident until you're at the end of your rope, literally.
And I'll pull out another pitten and just kind of hold it out. And I'll kind of look back up. It'll help.
All right.
Need a warhammer. Not everybody all at once.
No,
I'll just be here.
Much
dangling
like
in the
when
air.
Stab was trying to catch Hayes, I want to try to be close to Elgin, and on the off chance I can slow his fall if he slips.
Sure.
Okay, what do I need to be? He just needs me to. I just need to climb down, right, or climb to where he is.
Oh, it depends on where you're climbing. Are you trying to climb to another ledge with a cavern, or are you just trying to climb all the way down?
I was gonna try and help him with the next step.
Oh, you're trying to climb down the haze?
I guess that's what we're. I don't. I guess.
Hold on.
If anyone has any better ideas, I'm open to it. I'm halfway down this fucking wall, but I'm open to it.
Can
I
anyone
will-
wield it?
Yeah.
Anyone
What,
can
a
hold any
warhammer?
weapon. Yeah.
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 It's whether
Yeah.
it's using it effectively in combat that is.
Oh.
I
Stab
mean, if
wants-
you're just trying to hammer something into a wall, then I don't think it matters. So, if
Correct.
you would like to take my warhammer, you are more than welcome to it. Since
Stab would like to take the warhammer.
I hand over the warhammer.
All right. Stab does the thing.
You
All
do
right, here
the
you go,
thing.
buddy. Here you go. Here you go, buddy.
He's doing the thing. He's doing it.
There
He
you go, buddy.
hammers another python into the wall next to you, Hayes, and just
Give him a
says, "There
little
you go,
tussle of the
buddy."
hair.
Pull the rope loose from the up, because I just kind of wrapped it around a couple times. I pull it and wrap it around this one to where I can kind of control the speed of my descent.
All right. You wrap it around the
continue
second
down.
python and continue on down the rope another 50 feet. It looks like about 40 feet to your left, there's another cavern entrance, and about 20 feet further down. So you're not far from another safety ledge, but you can keep going down if you'd prefer. What are you gonna do?
Does that ledge look like it? Are there more caverns on it that look like you can go in, or is it just a ledge?
There is another cavern on that ledge.
Just one?
On that ledge, yeah. There's another one not far from it.
Like further down?
Yep.
I'm gonna keep going down.
Going down. Okay. So you're at the end of your next set of ropes, so your allies would have to do something from here, or you can just go down.
Oh, I know I could take the express lane down if I wanted. I could just check out of this whole campaign right now. I will grab another pitten, and I will use my mage hand to kind of hold it out. Kind of conjure my mage hand to hold it, and then I'll grab back onto the wall and the rope.
All right. Assuming that you have it like angled for me to hammer it into the wall.
Yeah. I can do
Stab
that.
goes ahead. All right. Stab just hammers it into the wall.
All right. So are you gonna have to repeat this pattern all the way down?
Yes.
All right.
And how long are we in the air? By the way, how long is Stab in the air? Can you tell me?
You've been how long since y'all been here? So maybe about 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
All right.
Elgin, you see Hayes. He had an opportunity to go towards another cavern, but him and Stab have a system going on. He seems to continue just descending. Are you just staying up at the top still, or are you proceeding down?
The rope is in place, right?
The
Down,
rope
way
from
down below.
the last spot to where I am now. So if you want, technically, you could use that same rope.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start my climb down. Do I need to do another athletics?
Yes, if you're just going down on your own, you will need to make an athletics check.
All right, I got a 16.
Okay. You continue to scale down this cliffside, just using your strength to hold you in place as best you can. and you descend about 100 feet without any issues. If you want to continue down the way you're going, you'll have to make another athletics check.
Did I watch him just climb past me?
He climbed to actually catch up with you. You've both gone down 100 feet since the last cavern entrance. But you're at this point another python's being drilled in, so you can continue down because you and Stab got a system going on.
Okay.
Don't let it get to you, buddy. You're doing great.
It's fine. It's fine.
Elgin, I need one more athletics check from you.
Oh, one more. Okay, gotcha. 20.
Okay. So you proceed on without much issue, and that you don't have to make any more checks now. Doyle, you just floating down as an elemental?
Floating down, trying to make sure nobody falls.
Okay.
Help how I can.
You guys continue on like this with Lulu floating just right above you guys all the way down to this pit. And as you look down, you can see clearly this giant being held by these huge chains just in the middle, just screaming. He looks like this. Just screaming bloody murder repeatedly and yelling out in pain and anger and just a whole I don't know a word for it. A lot of emotions. When you hit the bottom of this huge pit and turn to face him, he's looking at you all and still just screaming what sounds like just nonsense, but you all hear in your head, and it almost hurts when you hear it. You hear, "Bring me my hammer!"
I kind of like do like a left and right, and then like kind of point to myself. Us? Is he talking to us?
Oh, here's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Right now. I guess I should show you this, huh?
Hey.
And he just continues screaming and yelling out over at you.
Oh shit! Look at us. Is this lava?
There are small pits of lava around you, and what looks like a black liquid surrounding this creature.
Do you think this is another Shumrath situation? Like, you free him. Thank you. I appreciate it. But now we fight.
Maybe we should ask him. Hey, you gonna kick our asses if we free you? Alright.
Does anybody speak giant?
How tall is Elgin?
I am 6'2".
Oh, never mind.
Why? Why does it matter?
Because I thought you were like a really tall guy, so if you were like the tallest in the party, Stab, and if someone spoke giant, Stab would just look at you because you're the tallest, and therefore
Your profile
closest to a
says you're
giant.
6'3".
Oh. Well, for one, I do not speak giant. I speak common, elvish, and celestial. So I cannot help you with speaking to a giant. However, I will say there are spells that allow you to comprehend languages. I do not know if anyone has access to them, but it is a thing.
Well, I think he clearly speaks common. It was just more of kind of a side comment I was making.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, no, I cannot. I would be no help to you.
You are always...
Free me!
Oh, God. He's so mad. Is he, like, wrenching on the chains?
Constantly.
What is it? What is the chains fastened to?
Looks like this onyx-colored stone that's surrounding him. He's almost on like a plateau beyond this ravine of liquid around him.
And is it like fastened by a lock, or is it what?
You don't see. You just see his hands behind him. And when you try to look around, it looks like these huge manacles on his wrists. You don't see a lock or a key or anything.
How do we free you?
Go ahead.
He just continues shouting guttural nonsense at you.
You're not helping anything.
Is there a hammer around? You mentioned a hammer.
Make a perception check. And also, does anyone have a passive perception of 20 or higher?
I do.
Passive perception. Oh no, that's gonna be Doyle all day.
Okay, go ahead and make your active check first, Steb. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, tell me that shit.
Okay, that 20. So, you look around. You know he's shouted, "Bring him his hammer." So you start looking around, all around, to see if there's some type of a hammer or a tool or something, some way to free him. And you start to look towards this black pool around him, and you can see now it's tar. It seems to be all around him. And when you're kind of looking at it, maybe if you're looking for like a hammer or a tip of a hammer or something poking up, and Doya, you kind of notice this as well, since your passive perception is so high without having to actively look. You just see it almost blends in, but this completely tar-coated, it looks like the tip of someone's head and some eyes just looking out of that tar. As you see a little bit of bubbling moving towards, actually to the direction where Hayes is, and hear rattling of chains. A figure slowly starts appearing out of this tar, and multiple chains start lashing out in your direction. Stab and Doya, you would not be surprised by this, but Hayes, Elgin, and Lulu would be. And we would be going into combat now. But I've learned my lesson in the past, and we're going to call it for now.
Oh shit, I'm so far from the group. No!
We are going to resolve this dispute of this character rising out of this pit next time, because it might be a moment. Because, well, I'll let you guys try to guess when I see a bunch of chains around. But yeah, look, you made it down the mall.
These chains are going to be the death of poor Hayes here.
You almost had a death, but you got a bunch of friends around you. You had Stab catch you.
I have the best friends.
Hey.
Oh, did you have a tool to deal with falling if he wasn't there?
My
Umbrella.
I had a couple of things I could do. I could technically, if I let myself fall just a little bit, I could Misty Step
Misty
down
Step
to the next ledge.
Yeah, that would help. That would have helped.
What?
That's what I got.
Can you fall? Oh, go ahead.
I also have Control Winds, but that's a pretty fucking powerful spell, and in that particular use case, it would only have... I still would have taken a shitload of damage. It just would have been, like, greatly reduced, but still a lot. Because it's a D6 for every 10 feet you fall.
Okay,
Can you,
so
like,
yeah,
jump off us? Go ahead.
Yeah, y'all had methods to get out of that. Wait, were you about to ask if he can jump off a ledge and just Misty Step at the last second?
Yeah. Would it save your fall?
I actually think you can. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. Elgin, you'd know better.
I have no idea.
What's up?
If you were to jump
keep your
off,
inertia?
yeah, if you jump off like a 200-foot cliff drop, and right when you got to the bottom or towards it, you Misty Step and just land. Is your momentum saved, or you just appear and it's momentum starting over?
Honestly, the way I would personally play it is I would say that since you're being teleported, your inertia just shifts.
That's what I assumed too.
That's what I would do, but I personally feel like it's or at least when I've seen it happen with other people, it's usually that's been the case as well. I do know some sticklers that would try to apply inertia to it, but
it's not an orange or blue portal I'm going through.
True.
There you go.
Hey, a level 10 with like all of their spells ready too. If you were to die to fall damage, I feel like you did something wrong at that point. So yeah, I think you're good. Y'all are good to go on that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess, see, and to be fair, I technically, when we were initially thinking about this whole climbing shenanigans stuff, I actually was thinking of the idea of just jumping off the ledge and using Misty Step, but I was worried that I would
not punish you for it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I need my spells for whatever's at the bottom of this pit.
That is also true.
Yeah.
True.
If I can avoid using them by, base jumping, I might be able to use it now to avoid some of these chains trying to get me.
Yeah, there are going to be a lot of chain stuff next time, and y'all dealing with this character. I'll show you the artwork for him and stuff next time too. I think you've seen something like one of these before as well, very briefly. I don't remember where, but I know he was out there somewhere. So maybe you'll
It's like
recognize
a chain
him.
demon or something.
But
I
before,
think yeah.
before we get out of here, does anyone got anything they want to say? Any announcements? good to
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna do this short and sweet then. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been another Descent into Avernus. We're Cloak and Stagger. This has been session 48. Please subscribe if you enjoy this. We do it on Twitch. We do it on YouTube. 7 p.m. Central on Mondays, and then our YouTube channel, Cloak and Stagger. You can look us up. Very close to a URL, a real URL. Still have a bunch of letters and numbers and stuff, but I think maybe like 8 more subscribers and we're good. So please check it out. Subscribe if you want to. Doesn't cost anything. Helps me a ton. Greatly appreciate it. I also have my Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Central. I got to update our transition screen here because I think the time is off on it. But that is a game with a whole different group of people who I think are in chat right now. Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching, too. Do appreciate that. But check it out. It's fun times at a carnival and some fae stuff and fairies. So if you like more forest-like stuff instead of rock and lava, you may enjoy that as well.
Rock lava.
Studio's coming along. We did a ton of work courtesy of Moose. Wires, cables, and devices are in position. It's now getting all that stuff to actually function and putting electricity into it. So we're getting there. Surely and soonly. Just soon.
The process.
I think that's all I have. So, yeah, that about covers everything. Thanks again for watching, y'all, and y'all have a good evening. Take it easy.
Peace.